These are 10 things you need to know about families that migrated abroad, how they fend, how they're living. These are things people will never tell you. So I'm coming in from a professional point of view and from someone that has been in the UK for close to 2 years now. Like you all know, I'm a certified family and couples therapist. So I would give you my verdict, my advice at the end of this video. So stay tuned, grab popcorn, grab biscuits, juice, whatever, and relax because you're going to get a whole lot. So if you are an immigrant family, you're welcome. If you are a single person, you would benefit from this. Trust me, there are things I might say that you would like grab on. Like, you know, with every point I'm going to list, I'm going to let you know how I scaled through, or how people are scaling through that challenge. All right, then if you are none of the above, but you are curious to know what's happening, why not relax? So let's go right into it. Welcome to my channel. Do subscribe, hit that like button, and then comment below what category you fall into: an immigrant family, a single person, or none of the above. You just want to know what's up. Yeah, just type it in the comment section. Share this video because you're gonna get value. Just start liking it before you even watch it, truly, because you're gonna get value. I tell you, nobody has ever done this online. I am the first. Let's get into it. One is housing. Oh, you know what? Let me leave housing for the last because I want to tell you so much about this housing. How I got my own miracle house. Yes, and what you can do to get yours. I want to tell you a whole lot. So let's leave housing for number 10. Number 1, let's go into health system. The health system is fantastic. However, NHS that you pay thousands of pounds for, it is filled up. The fact that, you know, you need their services, you get to wait on the line for hours. You wait on the call for hours for you to be attended to. It is mind-boggling. So if you have an emergency, you know, all you need to do if you're sick, not necessarily an emergency, what you need to do is, what I do is I call emergency. Yeah, I call emergency unit, and then that's 111. You dial 111, and then you will be attended to faster than you calling your GP. Yes, when you come in, you have to register with your GP, and that's another ball game entirely. I came in here really pregnant, and before I could be attended to, I had to go through an access center. They attended to me fast because they were saying to me that I need an address for me to be able to register with them. And I'm in a hotel. I don't have an address. I don't have a residential address. I gave them the hotel address and they said no. So I needed a house address. So it was so challenging, but eventually I got registered. And then so back to the whole healthcare thingy. How I scale through is, if there is a particular emergency, rather than waiting on the line to book an appointment with your GP, I call 111. Yeah, and then I'm attended to faster. They send me to the emergency unit in the hospital itself, not the GP. Yeah, so it's quite. Otherwise, you would wait for days. And now let me tell you something about this healthcare system. It is crazy. The fact that most of the challenging situations you and your family get involved in, the healthcare challenges, the cure to it is just paracetamol. Because I don't know, please drop in the comments if you have encountered such. Let me tell you about 2 different scenarios. One time my daughter's temperature was so high. I needed attention. I needed medical attention. I'd given her paracetamol and it keeps getting high and high and high and high. 2 hours. I was giving her back to back. I had to call in the middle of the night, emergency unit, 111. So now they are different emergency. 111 if it's not so severe, but then 999 if there is really an emergency that involves them, that would involve them sending in the ambulance if possible. And yeah, the ambulance services is free. Yeah, they can come attend. I've had one case where an ambulance came. So I don't want to talk about that. Let's just talk about the paracetamol thingy. So I dialed 111 and I was attended to, and then they asked that I come to the hospital right now. There's a slot for me to come in. I went in with my daughter. They checked her and everything. Then they asked me to go back, that she's fine. It's probably teething. I said, so give me, all these antibiotics they used to give us in Nigeria, and all these plenty drugs and stuff, even injection if possible. They say, no, they are going to give me paracetamol. Well, if I have couple, I should continue giving a couple every 4 hours. I wheeled my daughter in a pushchair all the way 1 a.m. back to the house, and I gave her a couple consistently. It took about 24 hours the next night for her to really stabilize. In the morning, actually, she got better a bit, but it was so heart-wrenching, like, paracetamol. Eventually it worked, but it took time. We want quick action. We Nigerians, especially, we don't have patience like that. I didn't know that's how they do things here. Another scenario was my son. He dislocated his hips while he was involved in a certain sport in his school. And guess what? We rushed him emergency 999, in fact. And then eventually they checked and all that. They did x-ray and all that. They said paracetamol. That one, now it broke my heart. I'm like, are you kidding me? More videos on that on our family page. You can follow at the Choice Family TV. We've already documented that for you to just have a feel of how it went, how everything went. So yeah, that's on the side. So the paracetamol. So if you're having any, I remember I broke my wrist. I don't know what that was, a long name it's called, for mothers, carrying their babies and everything. I can't remember the name right now. It was paracetamol I was told to take as well. So that's like the cure for everything. Yeah, I like the fact that when I after giving birth, I wanted to see, well, during my timing it was all female doctors. When I wanted to do the family planning, I did the IUD, which they will insert it into your vagina. In Nigeria, all the times I did my IUD were men that did it. My husband had to follow me the last time because these doctors can be funny, and it's not so comfortable opening up it's not easy. Women don't like to do that IUD because the fact that you would have to be vulnerable, open up to the doctors to insert it into you. So I was so skeptical then. Yeah, it was female. I asked, is this how it's always done? He said, yeah, a female is it's assigned to a female patient unless they want otherwise. Yeah, I'm like, that is good. All right, so that's good. Then about the health care, I'm still on number 1 now, so you stay with me. Oh my god, it's loaded. Truly about health care. I remember when my daughter she went for a checkup. She was having a stomach pain recurrently. I went with her. Yeah, she's my daughter. She was 15 at that time. I went with my daughter, and then they said to me, how did they say it now? They said to me, is she pregnant? I'm like, no. Where's that coming from? I said, no, you can never tell. They asked so many questions.
Or if you were thinking that you might need a contraception, in the future, if you become, you're starting to have sex and you need to not get pregnant, we could think about using a pill that would help you to have a regular cycle. So you'd have a period each month, but it should last only about a week, but should be lighter. So we've got that option as well.
Since she's not sexually active, I can. Guess what? They said she should go check her weight in the other room. So the lady went with her. So I just waited, instead of me going with her to check her weight. Yeah, and then she came out and all of that, and then we went. They prescribed. No, this time not paracetamol. They didn't prescribe paracetamol this time. They booked her for blood tests and scanning and all of that. So when my daughter and I were going home, guess what she said? She said, "Mommy, do you know that lady actually cornered me and asked me, are you pregnant? Are you on your, is it long you saw your period? Are you having any problem at home? Do you need any help? Trust me, you can talk to me." Hey, God. I'm like, what in the world? So my daughter just answered her sternly, "No, I'm not pregnant. I'm fine. No, this is just a stomach pain that has been reoccurring in Nigeria." So yeah, she was shocked. I just had to sensitize my daughter. Say, see, in this place, my dear, even people younger than you get pregnant. So yeah, it's a known thing. The fastest way I would advise for you to get treated if you have an emergency or a sick child is to call 999 or 111. Call 111 if you're not attended to. 111 will attend to you in less than 10-15 minutes. 999 it attends to you in 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, so that's how my family and I scale through. So yeah, that's about number 1. Number 2 is the kids' school. I was so glad that when I came here, that I was advised by someone to quickly register these children. When they came here, it was around this time last year. Yeah, they've been here for over a year now. Around this time, I'm like, the kids at school is already in term. I don't think, and I've been hearing so many years says, I don't think children will ever get into school till maybe September, or maybe this, maybe that, maybe that. I will start registering then. I thank God I took that advice and I quickly put them in for registration. You have to fill in different schools. You have to go to the government website, put them in how many choices, choose different choices. I had to go through Ofsted school. That is the body that is responsible for inspection. So I had to go through them. I had to view Ofsted top 10 schools in my area, and I got them. So I started applying and applying and applying. I was glad I did that. If I did not, you'll be on the waiting list for so long. So yes, with schools here, you have to get on the waiting list. Yeah, and it takes a whole long process. So you do it on time. Like for my daughter now that is leaving primary school, I had to, for September intake of secondary school, I have already applied 3-4 months. What am I talking about? Last year was when they advised us to apply. For September, you apply 1 year in ahead. Do you get it? But the thing is, it's a good thing that they don't allow the children to stay out of school. So your children can't stay out of school for so long. What that can happen is if the schools you apply to are not responsive, or you're on the waiting list for so long, they would just get you into one of the regular schools. Yeah, that might not be on the Ofsted top 10. Do you get it? But it's still not bad. But hey, we all want the best. So the school system is free. Yeah, it's free. It's amazing how the children get to learn these things. Apart from accent changes, it's good. It's good to see them speak in a fluent, beautiful accent. But the funny thing is, not all of them's accents will change. Trust me. You would think that when you come here, the kids will just they can also. The funny thing is that they can always switch back to their original. Should I say original now? Their previous accent, and then they can always go back to the newly learned accent. You know, it's not just automatic. Yeah, if they keep practicing, it becomes a part of them. Talking about the schools too, the schools are. I like their disciplinary measures, like the schools of my children, the schools of my 2 older kids are in. I like the fact that they are disciplined in the fact that you can't go to school late, because sometimes I go out to grab something early in the morning and I see some children just strolling to school. I'm like, if it's my kids' school, you don't go late. They are like the number 1 disciplined school in my area. You can't go late. You will face detention. Detention is like an hour after the normal school closes. You'll be detained in a particular room where you read and study in the library, and before you go back home. So if you don't, if you different kind of do's and don'ts that leads them into going into detention. So I like the fact that the school takes their time to ensure this. But then again, the school is still free in the sense that just let your children be aware that apart from the disciplinary part, the fact that you could see gays, they should be prepared to see things that they've not seen in their home country, that they don't regularly see. Boys like acting like a girl, or girl acting like a boy. They should just be prepared to see all that kissing. Oh yeah, my son tells me about the kissings and the lovey things are usually going on in the nook and cranny of the schools during break time and all of that. I said, okay. As in, you can literally walk past people kissing themselves, teenagers, it's alarming. Yeah, walking my child to school, goodness gracious, I nearly had a mental breakdown walking my daughter to school, the younger one, I mean. The other 2 children, they go to school via transportation, using a bus. But my other kid, she had to take a school that has a walkable distance. So the first few months was hell. I was walking the scale to school every day. That is, I would strap my baby, because I have a baby, yeah? I would strap the baby in a push chair, and then early in the morning, we are off. We walk all the way. I calculated the timing at the time. It takes about 15 to 18 minutes walk if you are so slow, yeah. But if you're fast, yeah, 15 minutes max. If you're slow, 18 to 20 minutes rather. You go all the way and you go all the way back. So now my own is double because I have to drop her and then come back. And then she goes, then I come back and pick her up. You get it? I have to go back, pick her up, and come back. So I walk twice in the morning, twice in the afternoon. I was drained. Yes, yeah, I was losing weight, but that's not the kind of weight I want to lose. It was stressful. I was complaining sometimes, while doing it, like, what is this? I'm like, can't we have school bus services? They don't have school buses. And you see everybody, you're not the only one working. Every other person is working. They're all working and working and working, and they're used to it. Working in this city, in this country, is a must. So prep yourself, get canvases and walking shoes to aid you to work, because you gotta work, trust me. So that was a challenging situation for me. Then it got to a stage I had to ask the school. I said, this girl, then she was in grade 5. I'm like, this girl is in grade 5. And then I see some people going home. Can't she go home? They said, yes, you can let the child go home, grade 5 and 6. However, the parent has to sign. If anything happens to that child, it's none of the school's business. That is after school hours. I thought about it again. I said, no, let me work out some more. Then it took about 2 weeks time. I came back, I'm like, no, nothing will happen to her. Other people do it too. I think she'll be fine. I asked her, are you sure you can go? Because now you can see the road, yeah? You can see the routes we take going and coming, right? She can go herself. And then I left her. Now she goes herself. She's in grade 6 and about to write, if it's in Nigeria, it's called common entrance. I'm glad she's been going herself. I rest in the mornings now. Whew. Only the time I pick her up is when they're having like an extracurricular activity. Then it's too late. It gets late into the night, especially when it is winter period where the day gets dark early. You have to go pick her up. Yeah. So I like the fact that the kids get engaged in club activities. Like when she got into grade 6, they had a trip. I was skeptical when they had a parent meeting. I'm like, trip? So you guys prepare. If you have a child in grade 5, grade 6, they will go on a trip. This is to help them gain independence. That's camping. You go on 2-3 days camping when they learn how to, interact with one another, take care of themselves, become independent. I love the fact that, this helps the kids be able to do things themselves. I have never let my child on our own, even if it's sleepover, it's just a few hours, and it doesn't really happen regularly. Are you sure this kid will be okay? I was so skeptical, but eventually it was a great thing. It was a good thing I did. Just like you letting your children go to boarding school, right? But this is a fun camp. They learn a lot. It's amazing. Yeah, and then with the secondary schools too, they go on a lot of trips, they go on a lot of excursions. Oh my god, they engage the children so well. Travel out of the country, it is fantastic. I had to look down. Work experience. My son had work experience. He worked with M&S as a sales rep, and it was amazing for him. He learned a lot, how to interact with customers, how to be productive, how to leave the house early for him on a mission. Yes, like going to school, something. It was free. You're not going to be paid. It's work experience for a week. It was a good one. I love that. It was engaging. He came back with so much testimonies that he was like the only person out of 5 people from a school and other schools. It was the only person that really stayed through. Some people broke down first, second day, but he was on it. He comes back home tired and everything, but he was on it. And then they had to tell him that if he wants to work there during the weekends, he can come for loose change. I like the fact that it's 14. It's not even 15 yet. I like the fact that the kids are engaged in this sense and becoming independent in ways that are productive. You get what I mean? Yeah. So that's it. Then let's go to the third point: university. People that come in here to school, it's not so easy. You have to brace yourself. Loads of research. From the research I've done, loads of research will be done in your masters. Those that are coming to study masters. It is funny that the students are they are taught a little. How we do it in school, where you learn and then you write exam, is different with masters. Yeah. As the teacher, the lecturer is coming in, they're telling you about your assignment. They're telling you about the assessment. Yeah, the assessment now, they call it, or the assignment. They're telling you about that for you to prep yourself, for you to, so you have 3,500 words to write. These are the challenges. You have 10,500 words for your project. You have this and that. They haven't taught you about the course yet, but then you have to do your research. But then they get to teach you snippets of it. Ask you questions. See, my dear, ask questions. If you're in school, ask questions. There's no time to be shy or wondering, if I ask this question now people will look at me as, you paid your fees, thousands of pounds, you gotta ask questions for clarity. You have to engage these teachers, otherwise they will just teach you the little they can and let you go do the research yourself. So I'm glad that there are lots of AI tools that can help you with your assignment, assessment. However, you cannot rely on the AI tools. It's best you use it for outline and then you do your research to fill it up, because you'll be caught. They have started catching people that use all this chat GPT and all those AI tools to write assignment. Use them to an extent, like 30% of the time, 40% of the time, rephrase your words. That's how you scale through, because you can't come and die and kill yourself. You have to find ways. These are the ways people scale through. But don't rely solely on it, because lots of people have failed relying solely on AI tools. You can't go to school just through using AI tools. You need to actually prove that you learned what you went to school for, the courses you went to school for. You really get value, because lots of people complain about not getting value. They say one thing, outline so many things. They're going to go for this. They're going to travel to so and so places. Because MSc students, they get to travel. But sometimes they don't fulfill their promises. I'm not going to go schools now that haven't done that. But I'm just going to, just lay it out there. Because schools like that, it happens. So just prep your mind. If it doesn't happen with you, okay. Engage your system, right? So number 4 leads me to monthly bills. This one, I know you saw it coming. Monthly bills. So it's not like in your country, Nigeria as a case study, it's not like how you pay your bills yearly, but it is monthly. And if you start to convert, you would you go crazy. So don't even convert yet. Just push through by the grace of God. We have different kind of bills. I want you to mention the bills you pay for. But the bill that I've not been able to resonate with is TV licensing. Please tell me about it. Do you guys pay for TV licensing? Well, TV licensing, the fact that you're paying to watch TV, whether you watch TV or not, you just gotta pay for, having a house, basically. That's one bill I can't even fathom, and it's not small monies. Monthly, about 30 something pounds. They're about 20 something or 30 something, it depends. All right, so there's water bill. I tell my kids every time. You see, with every point I'm laying out, I'm talking about my own way of doing it. Overall, I'm going to tell you my verdict, right? But I'm talking about ways I scale through and how people scale through, right? So those are my opinions. So you don't have to take it, but I'm just laying it out there. All right, so with the water bill, you have to, sometimes this water drops even when you've closed the tap. That increases the bill, because little drops of water makes a mighty ocean, trust me. So you have to tighten tell your kids, tell your family members, always, bath, 5 minutes enough to have a bath. Excuse me. Shower, turn off the shower, wash your body, then turn it on, rinse your body. You have to find ways to reduce these bills, That's for the water. The electricity, turn off lights where you're not using the lights. Turn off the microwave, the switches and everything. You're not charging your phone. Turn off the sockets. Just turn off everything. Turn off able. All right, then the gas. It comes with the heating. Oh my God, I need to tell you about a story. Let me just talk about it quickly. We were overcharged. For gas and electric, because we moved into a house that, it's a long story. We're charged as business entity, because where the house we're living in has a tourist center, so we're charged like we were like we were buildings that were viewed by tourists. You get what I mean? As a business, not domestic. So we didn't know. We're just getting these charges. The next thing I saw the bill. You don't want to know how much that is. Oh my God. It was enormous. I'm like, what is it? Thousands of pounds. It was as in unheard of. I started asking people, please, how much do you pay for your water bill? Your electric, your gas? What's happening here? What's this? This will make me go crazy. That's like money for Hey God. Guess what you can do if you have such problems? Call help units. There are there are lawyers, that are readily available to help you plead your case for free. So call the help. You just go online and browse. There's so many of them online. So I had to call them and engage them. I told them I cannot understand these bills because see, we've got domestic. How many? Me and my children. How many are we? How many gas and electric are we using? So they had to dissect the matter and everything. And in the end, it took months, but in the end, it came to a reasonable amount. They had to even apologize. They even had to give me extra pounds and tell me they are sorry for all of the challenges, that it was a mistake, charging me on business rather than domestic. So there are ways to go about everything. Okay. So, that's for the high bills. And then you pay for Wi-Fi, you pay for TV licensing, you pay for your broadband. That's Wi-Fi. Sorry, broadband is your Wi-Fi, and then your phone bills. Oh yeah, talking about phone bills, I was I don't know. I will put this now. Their accent here. I thought I could understand every accent. I thought that I could speak it and understand them, but until I met some kind of twisted tongues. Goodness gracious, there's some people that will talk to you. I'm like, excuse me? My dear, always ask them to excuse you, to come again if you don't understand. You cannot always understand what they're saying. You're not a superhuman. You're not born here. I'm like, what? Oh God, what is this? And some of them, and I'm talking about phone calls now with paying bills, right? You have to ask, come again. Usually I would tell them my solution is tell them to send you an email, right? Where you can actually view what it is, read what it is they're talking about. Let them send you an email, not on the phone, because you keep saying, repeat, come again, or tell them to connect you to someone else that can speak fluently, or tell them to chew their words gently. So that was how I got engaged with an Indian, sounded like an Indian person, customer service on the phone, and they convinced me in a way to migrate to their service provider. I didn't even know how I signed that contract on the phone. I signed a contract. I didn't know how that happened. It wasn't supposed to be a bad thing, but until they said the first 3 months was free. Then when they started charging me, it was just enormous. I asked other people, is this how you pay for your phone network provider? They said that is too much, cancel it. So I called them to cancel, and they said no, I'm already in a contract with them. I have to wait for 1 year. So that was how I waited for 1 year, and I was paying that bill until 1 year elapsed. So be careful when you have a conversation with them. Tell them, let me talk to you later, let me think about it, or I do not want to change. I don't think, just hear the modalities before you sign any contract with them, because these people, they like to sign contracts, and again, they like to give things on credit so that you can stretch yourself to pay. You can relax and pay, but then it's gonna be, if you calculate how much you're paying in the long run, it's so much. So if you can as well not involve yourself in debt, don't buy things on credit if you can, unless it's a necessity. Unless you want to buy a house, you need mortgage, okay, that's fine, but be careful not to pile yourself with bills. All right, so now next is I think that's number 5, transportation. We use buses, there are taxis, services too, but one mind-blowing thing I found out with your taxes is if you're taking taxi, the timing, the money has started counting when you enter the taxi like this. If you waste time, it happens with boat drivers and Taxify, in Nigeria. I'm using Nigeria as a case study, so you could be watching me from any country, right? So I'm just using Nigeria as a case study. If you go into the car, see, you have waiting time. I think if your taxi comes, you have to wait for a bit. The taxi has to wait for you for 5 to 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes, I think. Then it starts counting, starts reading from the 6th minute. But yeah, when you get into a taxi, you see £3 on the screen. So that means £3 is already out of the way. And then it starts reading. When you drive, the distance as it's going is calculating £4, £5, £5.20, £6. And the funny thing is, to crown it all, if you're just going from here to there, and it starts reading at £3, and then maybe it ends at £6, maybe the distance wasn't so far, all right, it ends at £6, it will sum up to £7-8. It depends if it's a weekend, £8. If it's a weekday, £7. I'm like, what is happening? The first time I encountered this, I'm like, what is happening here? It was even £6 when I came here earlier. It was £6 it sums up to. So if you go on a trip for £4, £5, it sums up to £6. But now it got to £7, and then weekend it's £8. I'm like, what is happening? He said, yeah, that's the minimum you can pay a taxi. So you can't pay a taxi the whatever it reads. It always sums up to £7. So just know that if you're going out and it's somewhere close by, you're gonna pay at least £7. Yeah. So if you can work, just work. If you have a car, oh, fantastic, good for you. So that's one of the things. So transportation, buses, yeah, the kids use the buses. I use a bus when I need to go to somewhere far. It's very convenient. The bus fare also increased. It was usually a certain amount for a day ride. You have to pay, can pay for day rides, month rides, bulk amount. It reduced. They give you a discounted rate. It's good. That's how I pay for the kids bus service. But then some families prefer getting a car, because if you calculate the monies for bus fare, it may seem small, but the little pounds you put in the long run, it's huge. It's big monies, right? It's big. So if you can work. I like the fact that people actually work here. It's not like when you're trekking in Nigeria, it will look like you are suffering. This one don't they work? Yeah, you work for the fun of it. They work in the snow, work in the rain. I like their resilient spirit. The fact that they have an appointment, they meet it up. You must work. You work when it's raining. A typical African would want to just lay down. I beg, it's raining, I'll cancel the appointment. But yeah, you will go to the appointment. You look outside your window, you see them, their raincoat, they're going out. They keep their appointments. Talking about appointments, if you miss your bus, it's over for you. You have to be in the bus station it depends on the buses now. Some buses come every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes. So you have to be on time with your transportation system. So don't miss the bus. Don't let your taxi, get your taxi to wait unnecessarily for you. Now let's get to the 6th point, liberty. Liberty, yeah. Begins at 17. That is, from 17 years old, you're permitted to live on your own, permitted to do things. From even 16, I think 16, right? Because my daughter turned 16, and the hospital had to call me when she had to book an appointment for something. The hospital called me and asked that, is your daughter there, Angel? I wanted to something. I'm like, I'm a mother. Talk to me. She said, no, I would rather wait when Angel gets back from school. Or does she have a number now? Because the last time you mentioned she doesn't have a number. She's using yours. Can we have a phone number? I'm like, don't worry. My phone number is okay for now. When she comes, I would get her to call you. The doctor called again in the evening, and then, can I speak to Angel now? So yeah, Angel put it on loudspeaker so that I can just, yeah. Nothing really out of the world she was meant to talk about, really. She just wanted to talk to Angel directly and not to her mother, because she's 16 now and she can handle things herself. You get it? So the liberty they give children, yeah, my God, you have to sit your children down and just sensitize them. Like, girl, guy, you're going to a country where you have liberty to do as you like, but as an African, or from wherever you're coming from, an Asian, wherever your country is, let them not forget family traditions, and whatever training you've embedded in them, let them not forget home. No matter where you go, don't Don't forget the road that leads you home. Something like that, yeah? Let them not forget home, all right? So that's it for that. The liberty, yeah, you see children vape on the street. You see them vaping now is a new cigarette. Rather than cigarettes, a funkified kind of cigarette. My children, I was having a discussion with them the other time, and I'm like, so what are your challenges? And da 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 da. So they told me about one of them being the fact that these kids act like vaping is so cool that if you're not with them, you are not, you're missing out on something really spectacular. And they made vaping to come in different flavors. When you smoke, when you exhale the smoke out, it smells so good. Like, I've perceived it before. Strawberry smells, vanilla, flowery. You will wanna inhale it. It's crazy. I had to pray with them. I had to, ginger them to keep pushing. That yes, they can do this. Peer pressure will not let them. They said yes, they are willing to go the way through. They're just telling me that these are the challenges. Yeah. So it's part of it. Vaping, it's allowed. Sex is even a random thing that you can have sex, have children at a teenage age. I remember when my kids, we went to somewhere, a restaurant, whilst they were pushing their baby sister in a push chair. So my son and my daughter were together. I was with my third born. So people were passing them by and saying to them, "Oh, you look so cute. Oh my God, your baby. You guys are so cute together." Are you kidding me? And at that time, it was just 13 and 14 and 15. 13 years or 14. So in their head, they thought the baby is theirs. So they embrace these things. Even in their school, guess what they say to them? They say to them, if you ever get pregnant and you need to abort the baby without the consent of your parents, you can. So your child can go to school. You don't even know what's going on. They go through abortion, come home like nothing happened. And they'll be taken care of. My dear, put your ears to the ground. These are the challenges. So what you can do is, if you have not trained your children to the extent that they can chest anything, it's going to be so tough on them. So you need to keep advising them, telling them how they need to face situations like that, peer pressure and all of that. There are mad people here too. I was gonna say that there are crazy people, not necessarily mad. They are mad on drugs. They are high. There are people that are so high that they act crazy on the streets. So I'm like, the first time I saw someone that acted so crazy, I'm like, In England, we see mad people. They are mad people. They've gone on colos. They are crazy people. There was a situation where one was even chasing my children at some point. So they are mad people on the streets. I don't think anybody has ever told you about that. They are mad. I don't want to video that and show you. Let me just not put anybody online. But trust me, people are mad everywhere. People shouting, people begging on the street, people asking you to help them with a pound for them to, eat something. Sometimes if you're led to give, but I would advise you rather buy things for them that they can eat than you giving them the monies, because they will just go to the next drugstore to buy whatever they can take to get high the more. So yeah, wrote this, trust me, I'm looking at the point I wrote down so I don't forget. So leaving your children alone, that gets me to the same point of liberty. You can't leave your children, any child alone below 16. You can't leave the child alone. So you have to be careful. So your world evolves around these children. You get what I mean? So then I also learned that you can't leave a 16-year-old. If you have a 16-year-old now, you can't now leave you can't leave other children. I don't know, but well, that was what I was told. That's what I was told. But I get to leave my children because they are matured. I have a 16 and a almost 15-year-old, and I have a 10-year-old going to 11. My children are big, yes. I leave them and come back quickly. They have their phones. Nothing can happen to them. I go out with my baby, or sometimes I leave the baby with them. So I don't know how true that is. I've not had any problem with child service because I'm always available. Do you get it? So please be available for your children. Don't take these kind of information for granted, because you could just be nonchalant about it and then child service will come for you. Don't do anything that would involve child service coming to get your kids. They will get your kids and that's it. That's the end. Be careful. So, and there was a scenario, I was going to talk about that real quick, where our bike was stolen, my son's bike. So there are thieves here in the UK. Talking about liberty, right? People have the liberty to steal. I thought there were CCTV cameras around my area. You see CCTV camera watching you. And then I went to the office anyways to complain about my son's bike being stolen. And they said to me, where did you keep it? I said, outside the house, because our house has a gate, but the gate is usually not padlocked per se. And they said, oh no, you're not meant to keep it outside. After the incident happened, I'm like, I started inquiring from other people. They said, you don't know UK is a #1 place where people steal bikes? People steal bikes on a daily stead. So they are thieves. So be careful. Unless I was told what they did. They said they are going to lay the complaint. First, they didn't give me the answer I needed, so I called the police and laid the complaint, and then they registered it. And trust me, till the moment of this video, they've not gotten back to me. So I was even told that even the ones they chain, they even steal those ones they chain outside. When you chain but you have to secure your property. The ones they chain are even stolen, let alone the ones you don't chain. I had to ask them, so I thought you meant to provide security. They said, no, you're not providing, we're not providing, you provide security yourself. We just have CCTV cameras. Doesn't mean we secure you. You secure yourself. You know, when you have a house in your home country and you are secured, you know, you have securities, you know, it's not like that. Yeah. So I just had to let it go and then get him another bike. Yeah. So there are thieves in the UK. So yeah. The next point is family shopping. Where do you shop? You know, coming from Nigeria, you know, most people get to bring all the things, the fish, the egusi, dehydrated food, the leaves and everything you bring. But eventually to finish, when it finishes, you need to shop. Thank God there are African stores here. But the thing is, African food is usually more expensive. So you need to also balance things up. You need to let your kids know that your whole family, they need to know that they can as well eat other kinds of food, not just African food. If you are bent to eat only African food, you're going to be spending a lot. Yes, you can just Google African stores near you. We have in my own locality, I have about 4 to 5 African stores around me. So if I need egusi or bono, crayfish, all those things, all those local spices and ingredients, I have where to go. So every month, my shopping is African. Is it the Asian store where you buy the meats and the chickens and other things, spices and ingredients. And then we have the shopping. There are places that you can shop things affordable. There is Asda. Get a membership card where they'll be putting points into your card every time, and then you can use that point and also buy things in the end. If you want to go cheap, very affordable, you go to Aldi. My favorite is Lidl. Do your family shopping there. Do it monthly so you save costs. Do you get it? So I'm still trying to get the difference. Let me know in the comment section which supermarket you visit. I use Lidl, I use Asda because I have a membership card and they give me points. So I don't know if Asda is more expensive than Lidl. Sometimes some of the products, it depends on what you're buying. But then because they give me points, you get it, because there was a time I needed cash desperately, and then I needed to buy something, and I think I didn't have enough cash. Then I remember my membership with Asda, I got about £15 extra, and it covered all the things I needed to buy. So yeah, it works. So you figured, let me know in the comment section which supermarket do you think is best for people to buy things affordably. I think these are my top two. All right. There's also Tesco. Oh, Tesco is also good, but Tesco is expensive. Well, because they also give you club card. I only go to Tesco if there are things to buy with my club card. Club card is another way to get things discounted. All right. So that's about shopping, family shopping. There is another place you can buy things in bulk. I've gone there 2 times. There's this one I went to. It's called Birmingham Marketplace. You go there so early and you can buy things so affordable. Like a box of chicken now that can last your family a long time, a long period. Imagine I got it in Birmingham market for £20. Normally Wait, was it 10 pounds? Yeah, frozen chicken box. But normally in our locality, you get it for 20 something pounds. So you see, so if you can buy things in bulk, go to all those kind of big market warehouses where you see, you can share. I shared fish with people. I shared different things. I shared plantain. I shared yam, box of yam. I just was sharing with people, with a friend that we went to together. So if you can look for, if you go there, you even see people readily available to share that don't have anybody to share with. So go there, buy these things in bulk. You can carry your trolley, or rather a big traveling box, stock them in, and then travel back to your town or wherever you need to go. Yeah, so there are many of them like that can help you buy things discounted. Please drop in the comment section again if you have more of such market. About shopping, there are free, if you have a church that are mindful about the livelihood of the people there. A friend of mine has a church where this church, a church would get things in bulk from Tesco, from different stores, where things that are about to expire, they give them to charity, which is church. The church gives them to people that need them, people that have large families. So there are things, it's so much. I sometimes share with her. She sometimes calls me up and like, babe, come over. The church just leave it. And it's so good because sometimes you just need an extra bacon and an extra cake, croissants, so many baked things. Oh my God. Oh, Father Lord, those times are amazing. When it happens, they are amazing. There are also things that are expiring that particular day. It never expire. You can shop it. You will not die. It's okay. Unless if it has expired days after. No, I don't take those things. I take the ones that are expiring in the next day or that particular day and we consume. All right. So these also help. And I hear there are also websites, apps that can help you with free food. I checked on one time. I just said, let me check on one. I can't remember. Olio. Is it Olio? I can't remember the name of the site. Anyways, if you know the names of those sites, drop in the comment section again. So this particular site, I saw that it can even give you as little as a loaf of bread. The lady posted 2 loaves of bread and said, "This is for collection. House see my postcode below." Do you get it? I'm like, interesting. Well, thank God I can afford loaf of bread. It never reached like that when I would go to collect bread from neighbors. But I think it can help people that really, really, really can't afford such means of living. So let's get to it quickly. The next is making monies. Making monies here, you have to find a way to make monies because the expenses is alarming. It is so alarming. You need to make monies, and there are ways to make monies. I will come to the ways to make monies, but if you get a job, it's fantastic. But however, getting a job is so stressful. Please let me know, how long did it take you to get a job? Those that are working here, how long did it take you to get a job? I have been looking for a job for the longest of time. I have applied to several places. Guess what they need? They need me to be driving, and they need me to have 3 years experience in the country. I have sales experience, marketing experience, different kind of experiences from my previous marketing firm and all of that. It didn't work. Eventually it did, because I got a part-time job where I'm a brand ambassador for the company. Yes, I'm an international brand ambassador. Yes, I'm so excited because that's what I like to do. You know me from my previous businesses. If you know me well, I like to market and all of that. So I got a part-time job based on my application, and guess what? I was applying up to 50 times a day. So just go on websites, job websites, hunt for jobs like Total Jobs. There is Indeed. Put your CVs out there. They will help you. Indeed will help you package your CVs. Put it out there and just keep applying. Eventually you will, but it takes time. And if you want a very good job, you have to have an experience. So if there's a way you can get experience for free, just go get experience where necessary so you can get that job. If you can drive already. People fail driving tests like no man business. Yeah, you have to be for you not to fail driving tests. What I've started to do is to watch videos on YouTube. So eventually when I'm ready to go for a driving test, I will be able to pass through. So always go through YouTube videos and all of that to help you. So you don't pay, you have to pay to take the test, and then you keep failing. People say they've done driving tests 3, 4, 5 times before they passed. It's too much, man. I don't know how it's done. I've never had one before, because it's the mental. What's stopping me from just going to learn is the mental challenge. The fact that I've been driving right-handed, now I'm going to switch to the left. I'm just so scared. But yeah, I hear that it's nothing to be scared of. Just go already and just get it over and done with already. So that is one part of it. So yeah, making monies, yeah, apart from getting a job, you can trust me, you're gonna be paying taxes. I didn't mention it. Did I mention it before? Taxes is another challenge with making monies. Yeah, whatever businesses you own, it has to be registered. You have to pay taxes. You know, getting a job, you have to pay taxes. So what I did, because I was waiting to get a job, I have bills to pay. I don't know if you all know my story. I gave this money to certain people, business partners, as an investment, you know, giving them as a loan. They invested it. I didn't invest. It wasn't a direct investment from me. They invested it. So it's an investment too for me, because I know that results will come from it. You understand me? So this money seemed to be invested in a place that hasn't yielded returns yet, and these are people's money. I never in my life knew that this would happen. I thought it was going to be a quick sharp, but you know, nothing comes so easily like that. It's not Ponzi scheme. It's good investment. When they were breaking it down to me, I'm like, okay, so how long is this going to take? They don't know, but the thing is, it hasn't yielded for. So I am in debt. I have now started paying people. I was in debt earlier this year. I got into this year 2024 in debt of 40 something million, and I've been able to pay off 25 million thereabout. I'm still paying. So the mistake I made was, this is what I want to tell you about making monies on in the UK right now. The mistake I made was stopped posting. Yeah, because I was offending people. They were seeing my posts, they were getting angry more. Franca, you're owing me and you're still posting. And that's why I stopped. I stopped posting on Facebook, and then I was earning. My pages were monetized. My Facebook page especially was monetized. So, but I stopped. So the algorithm just changed. I had to tell when these people were not bringing for this money, I'm like, hey, I'm going to pay this money. I've given everything I have, like emptied my entire being. I don't have a dime anymore. Like my children and I were barely surviving. So what I did was I had to come back online. I said, no. I have to pay these people. They've dented my image in a way that, oh God, they've gone to several. I don't blame them. I am owing them, and it's not their fault. I feel their pains. This is not a podcast or a video for this, right? I'm just chipping this in, but then I'm getting so emotional. So what I did was go back to social media, going back to posting, but then it's getting slow to pick up because you leave the algorithm. The algorithm forget that you've been posting. It stops showing your videos to the people that have been waiting for it, and start showing your videos to people, showing videos of people that have been posting to people that, do you understand what I'm saying? Just get what I mean. What I mean is, when I started again 3 months later, it wasn't as easy getting my videos to get views. So no money was coming in. Then my page was hacked in February, and then it just spoiled the whole process. So no money has been coming in, but I'm still working on it. You just have to be consistent. The views are picking up. It's going from hundreds to thousands, so which is a good thing. So I'm beginning to see that it's picking up. So what am I saying? Forget about me. I will pay my debt. I will pay every time as long as I live, and in few months from now, everything will be over. Trust me, before this year ends, I swear to you, because I am a woman of peace. I want my peace. I have a brand that I don't want to go down the drain. I intend for everybody to have their monies, and they will, and I'm working towards it, and I can see the limelight. It's working. All right, so that aside, if you want to earn monies here, the best way is to monetize your social media pages. Facebook pays you well for like before I stopped posting. That was around November. I stopped posting. I was earning good tons of money, hundreds of dollars, even got to $1,000. So it was good monies. The bad thing is TikTok. My TikTok page with hundreds of thousand followers, You can't earn when you're coming from Nigeria, because you can't even switch your country. That's one thing I learned. You can't switch your country to Nigeria. What you need to do is open new TikTok accounts. One thing with TikTok, it will not take time. You would still go up there. If you're dishing out values, you will certainly start making monies. And TikTok, it's a fantastic place that creators get paid in the UK. Then there's YouTube too. Find something, carve a niche for yourself and start earning monies. There's a huge difference with doing content here in the UK than in Nigeria. You get paid, yeah? So utilize all these platforms. So that's what's helping me. I also launched my digital courses, digital products. That's my courses and my ebooks. Just a while ago, I launched 5 books. 1 is given for free, 4 amazing. So you all click on the link in the description to get any of my books. 100 Things Husbands Sadly Tell Their Wives, 101 Things Wives Sadly Tell Their Husbands, Couples Breakthrough, that's 21 Days Affirmations and Declarations for you to scale through in marriage. And then the last one is Bedmatics 101 book. And then we have the courses, the Libido Booster course. Hey, God, that's amazing. That one, it's to help anyone with low sexual drive. And then we have the Bedmatics 101 for every Christian married couples, the course as well. So I had to launch all this digital product because it's been inside of me. The books have been inside of me for so long. I've been writing snippets of it, but I just had to conclude it because bills got to be paid. So there are so many misconceptions, and when people see my post online, they're like, are you still posting? You came back posting. They don't get it, and I don't blame them. I need to do what I got to do for my sanity, for my integrity, for my name to be cleared, for me to get off this debt. I need to do what I got to do without looking back. So it's posting back to back to back. And I know I will get out. I will come and do a video of how I got out of this. Just you guys stay tuned, all right, and wish me well. So I hope you're getting enough knowledge from all that I'm saying. So do subscribe. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe already. Follow my podcast. Like this post. Share this. And then let's get into the next number. It is number 9. Mental health. Oh my God. Mental health. Oh, I forgot to mention, sorry, before going to number 9. Number 8, about making monies. I also got products that I started selling here. Like I started selling waist trainers. I started selling my peplon tops. I started wearing my peplon tops for people to see them. Yeah. Started selling kilishi, even kilishi. Yeah. I got kilishi, made it in Nigeria, shipped them here, started packaging them for people to also buy, to share in different stores. You just have to get busy. Look for ways to make monies. Look for ways to, either by buying and selling or social media, or looking for a job. There are care jobs you can also do, but it also takes time. These care jobs also, you need to have an experience. What I learned people do is they actually claim they have experiences from Nigeria, and they have proof about it. So don't claim what you don't have proof for. So if you're claiming you have an experience, make sure you do have an experience, and then you have an upper hand to getting a job in a care home, either support or care. So that helps people. What I also learned with working here, it's so strenuous on families. If you have small children, because you can't leave the small children at the same time. 2 people cannot be doing the 9 to 5. Either the husband does the nighttime work and come back in the morning, then the wife goes and does the morning time. It is strenuous. So this tend to put a strain on the marriage. You get, so you just have to tell yourself this is for the time being. When you've saved enough, and then you have all the side businesses. There's no way you'll be working without having. You have to have side business. If it's social media, if it's anything, you want to just have a side business. Like I also have the hosting and MC duties. Yeah, I do the brand ambassador. I do part-time, and then I do hosting and MC duties here in the UK. I'm available to travel. If you need me, just send me a DM, and I'm ready to travel to host your event, to bring out the best of that event. Yeah. So these are the things. Your skills can get you monies. Your niche can get you monies. Your products can get you monies. Use different online platforms to sell them. Seller is there. Gumroad is there, and all of that. Yeah, so back to number 9. Number 9, mental health. People have mental health challenges here, and then I do not want you to come in here and join the bandwagon with break down. Most families get to even divorce after coming here because of all the challenges of working, and then you know, in Nigeria or any, I don't know, your home country, but you know, the wives don't get to bring monies per se. You contribute when you know, if you want to go to the supermarket and just buy noodles for the kids or golden morn and all of that, and those small things around the house, it's okay. But here, you may work and bring the money. So sometimes, you know, this is like a shock. This is something you've not done before. So it's like, oh my God, all this my work. And you can't even really spend the monies like you want to because tax is taking off it. Bills. It's like you're going around a circle. You get it? So I don't want you to break down. As a family therapist, I'm just giving you free therapy. Yeah. You should take it easy on yourself. It will not be like this for so long. It's just that first push. You just have to push yourself and then talk to your spouse. Keep talking to your spouse. You guys keep having conversations. No matter how busy you get, maybe during the weekend, have conversations and say to yourselves, okay, how is your mental health like? I hope I've not wronged you. Hope you're okay with this. Hope you husbands, there's no African manism here. You should help your wife. When she's away, you have to help with the cooking, with the tidying, taking care of the children. I know you need to rest too, but you need to find a balance, you guys. You need to find a balance. Help each other. Have each other's back. Otherwise, you might break down. People also break down easily. Yeah. We don't want that, okay? All right, then. Talking about mental people and mental health conditions. Things like even DIYs, yes, I wrote DIYs here. People say this place is a lonely place. People easily just, you know, fall into depression. You know, it's not easy for an African to fall into depression because we are not built that way, yes? But either ways, try as much as possible to take care of your mental health so you don't fall into depression. And this place is not as lonely as people say. Yes, it's lonely. People just mind their business. You don't even know who your neighbor is. You don't know people walking on the street. But the bad thing Nigerians do, especially, or Africans do, is they walk past each other without even a smile. You just see a black person walking past each other. I'm boning, but when they see a white person, they smile. I don't know, this mentality, this mindset, I don't get it. Like, are we each other's problems? What is the problem? Why are you boning your fellow brethren? Say hello, how you day? Speak your mother tongue, you know. It could be Yoruba, it could be Igbo. Share contacts. We need each other so you don't break down. That brings me to my one of my verdicts. You need to socialize. You need to come out from your shell. So once I see someone that seem appealing to me and I'm walking on the street and I want to just make friends with the person is snubbing me, I will say hello. Just recently I saw someone, I'm like, she looks so good. I'm like, hey, then I had to reach out. Hello, how are you? You're a Nigerian, right? Because she looked Nigerian. One misconception is people think every black person here is Nigerian. No. They're Zambians, they're Kenyans, and different countries. So that one looks like Nigeria. So I had to reach out, we exchanged numbers. I'm like, how are you doing? Where are you from? Fortunately, or funny enough, we were from the same state, Delta State. I was amazed. So you should reach out. Don't always bone and like, I beg, there's only white friends I want to have. Really? You will be shocked. It's not easy to make white friends like that. You have to be in places also that you can make such friends. Attend business events, you know, go to church, have social gatherings, you know, go to the gym even. You can socialize so you don't stay alone. Don't be alone. All right. And in this country, there are lots of DIYs. I mentioned it earlier. And even break someone down. There are so many things I've done all by myself that I never thought I could do. Putting the TV stand alone. The things they do here, it's so depressing. The fact that you can order something, you see something, and when it comes in woods, it comes in pieces. You have to construct it yourself. So we have a toolbox where we have the nails, the hammers, and all of the screws and everything we need for our DIYs. We fix our beds ourselves, everything ourselves. It is crazy. So don't feel you're alone. You are not alone. This is a country where we do things ourselves. So yes, learn it. You'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. Before I get to number 10, which is the housing I've told you about earlier. Also, talking about socializing and getting involved with people. That was what got me my miracle house. So getting to number 10. Housing is one challenging thing that every immigrant face. I tell you, please drop in the comment section. Did you face any housing problem? Was it easy for you to get a house? Let me know. I want to hear your story, please. For me, I came in here heavily pregnant, like I mentioned earlier. It wasn't easy getting a house. It wasn't. You would view, see, I saw over, let's say 86, 90 houses, almost 100 houses. I saw them, booked them. I visited, or rather I went for viewing to say 30 of them. It was crazy with my heavy baby bump. So in here, for you to get a house, whether you have the money or not, it's not going to be that easy. They don't even want to know whether you have the money. It's not that. That's not the determining factor. What determines you getting a house is if you have a guarantor, if you have someone that can refer you, a reference. You can get references of people that are here, and then you'll be wondering, how can you get a reference? You just came into the country, you don't know anyone here. So you have to get someone that has. One of the houses I got, I even paid a holding deposit for them to hold the house, take it off the market, so that they know it's for you whilst they take care of your details. I paid a holding deposit and they said it's not refundable. That was about £350. God, I thought I was already on track. Then I got a reference. I got someone, a family friend. They said the reference also, they have criteria for the reference. Not just anybody. A reference is someone that is living in the UK that has a house. So that can refer you, that can, vouch for you. So I had someone, then, I produced all the documents necessary. The next thing is, oh, sorry, this person is not earning up to £35,000 a year. The person was earning about £30,000. I'm like, are you joking now? Guy, I'm pregnant. Can I not have this house already? There's someone that provided. They said no. No. So that one was gone. My holding deposit. They said, can you not get? They were calling, emailing me every time. I just blocked them. They were calling me every time. Have you gotten another reference? I couldn't. I asked around. Nobody can just give you all their documents like that. So long story short, it's not easy getting a house here, and it's not something you tell someone to get a house for you. It's not that easy. You have to go for viewings. It's so stressful. Well, people do it, but you have to go for viewings, view different houses, and all of their houses are small rooms. It is, small. And another thing is, if you come with a large family, you can't have one room for the whole children. Do you get it? Like I have one boy and 3 girls now. The boy cannot stay with a girl or stuff like that because, a room for a sex. So I have to get a room that is more than 3 bedrooms. That's about 3 bedrooms or more. You have to get 3 bedrooms or more based on the sex of your children. Yes. So I had to look for a 3-bedroom. It was stressful. I went from pillar to post, and it was when it's time to fill up the paperwork. The funny thing is, a particular house, 4-5 people can view it a day. So it's a competition. The landlord will now decide who to give the house to. You go view the house, the agent takes you around, you see all the rooms, you tell them you like it, you beg them to please, put your name in to the landlord that, you'll be waiting for them to get back to you. They get back to you for you to submit your details. As you submit your details, they see that you're an immigrant, you've not even stayed in the country for any time frame. There comes the details. Oh provide this, provide that, provide this, and you can't provide, you lose the house. So that was the challenging thing for me. So how I got my miracle house is someone from the society I joined, fellowship for young Africans. Yeah. So I joined them, just for the sake of it, because I didn't want to just be alone. I want to have people that I can talk and interact with. And then she was just asking me, the lady came to see me after I gave birth, and then she got me things for the baby. I was so excited. I felt loved. And then she asked, how far have I gotten a house yet? What's the plan? Then I was staying with a friend. Yeah, that friend, I also met a friend from church. You see, that's what I'm saying. You cannot be alone. You can't be an island. And that friend really helped me through the transitioning period. I stayed in the hotel for about a month before I saw the friend that helped me I stayed in a house for another 2 months. I gave birth there. Hey, the story is plenty. So this particular lady now put in words for me, and then I got a house. She said there's a house that is available now. Guess what? The price of a house, hey, the budget that I had in mind, the price of the house was less than, just, a few pounds less than. I was elated. The rooms, spacious. I've done some videos in my room. You've seen it before. This is God. So one thing I want to let you know is, if you're relocating to the UK, you got to hold God dear. Pray. He will direct your path. This was not a coincidence. It is God. God did it. The same thing with the kids' school. I mentioned the kids' school. How they were able, did I mention it? How they were able to get to school? Oh, I was advised to apply on time. So I applied. And the next thing, I've seen a lot of people, running around. You go out to the shopping center, I see kids walking about. You be like, they go school days, That's when my children have gone to school. I learned that they've been on the waiting list waiting. So I thank God I put in my kids' application on time, and then one of them got, and then because one of them got, they said, okay, because she has a sibling, the sibling will be on the top of the waiting list. That one will start first, then the next week the other starts. So God was just doing working things together for my good. And you're talking about school. I forgot to mention school uniforms. Yeah, the school and everything is free, but you got to get uniforms, get their book. They give them books and everything. You just have to get the uniform, shoes, and everything you need to wear and carry to school, their bags and all of that. Yeah, so God has been faithful. In all, I see God in this. I am glad that everything, it was as if it was predestined for me to actually really, really, really come here with my family. So what's my verdict? Yeah, number one is, I've said it, invest in relationships. You have to invest your time, your effort. Go out there, find people. Where can you find people? That's when it comes to social gathering. Yeah, have open communication with people. Church, you can find them in church, you can find them in fellowships, you can find them in business events. You have to go out there, invest in relationship. Don't be an island. Another thing is, aside joining communities and all of that, you should limit your expectations. You're coming here for greener pastures, you're coming here for better life and all of that. However, there can be failures here and there. Failures in the sense that getting a job is not easy. Imagine, I've gotten emails, like all the applications I've tendered, emails that when you see an email from a company, you just be wondering, did I get the job? But when you open it, with so much consideration, I am afraid to announce, when you see that, it just demoralizes your spirit. So limit your expectations. Don't think that everything would just work out for good. Don't think that everything will just work so easily. You have to put in the effort where necessary, and then pray. See, there's a tendency for you to be laid back here in a place like this where everything goes. People have to go to church. You need to instill it in your family. Guys, we got to go to church. We have to join a department, go to church, be dedicated. You need to definitely engage yourself, otherwise it's going to be depressing. So will I choose living in the UK over living in Nigeria? Yes, 1,001 time I will, because there are lots of benefits for the children, there are lots of benefit for me, there are lots of ways that you can get out of debt fast, and I want to show you those ways through my life experience, because you're going to watch for my next few videos after now that I've cleared all my debts. So yeah, I will. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's worth your time in, and I hope you've subscribed. Just let me know if you want to see more of this kind of videos. I'll be glad to shoot them for you. So all the best if you intend to relocate, or if you're already relocated, you can be able to manage situation. And lastly, I would like to say, do get help. If you need help, I'm a therapist. I'll be glad to help out your situation and help you out wherever necessary. And that's it. So stay tuned for my next video.